Welcome back to FIFA Jack Gaming, where today we're diving into the Dungeons & Dragons world. We're going to do an unboxing of Steamforged Games' Epic Ecounters. This is the village of the Goblin Chief. This is the Minion box, but for the complete campaign as a Minion box and a Monster box. We'll be covering a Monster box in a future video. So this is set up to work with Dungeons & Dragons 5e edition, which is 5th edition. This has everything for the little campaign to be able to work with it. So while we're doing that, let's dive into the box. So we kind of come to the bread and the butter of the thing that comes with this is the little campaign. The campaign can be set up for 3 different tiers. A lower tier, which has levels of 1 through 4, a mid tier, which has levels 5 through 10, and then a higher tier, which is levels 10 plus. Those are all suggestions to be able to run this campaign, and they end up breaking it down pretty nicely for you. They end up telling you exactly what happens, how you should end up doing, little tips, little maps that you end up going, which we'll cover in a little bit. And then we get the different areas, stats that goes with that, or stuff that we be suggesting. And then we also have the characters themselves with their own stat lines, which is amazing, which you can end up using that into this campaign. Or if you end up making your own homebrew, you can also reuse this and reuse some of the characters that's from this to help out with that campaign. So with the covering of the book, let's check out the next part. In this guy, we end up getting a nice little map that we end up using. It's a 2-sided map. And over on the other side, I assume would be when you guys end up making the big old battle with one another to go up against the big old chief. But like I said, it's double-sided, and it's something you can end up using in any other campaigns. But for me, the jewel of this is honestly these figures. These figures. Of how detailed they are. It's kind of amazing to be able to see that. I grab my little cheat sheet here. That way I don't end up getting it wrong here. We'll start off. We get 4 of these bloodwood goblins mounted on a tree, mounted on an arrow tongue tree frog. It's amazing detail that they put into these guys. Next, we get 4 blood dart goblin enforcers. And then we got 4 bloodwood goblin frog chewers. Followed by 6 of the bloodwood goblins. We have a sword and a shield. And then we have the bow and arrow version of that. And then we got 1 green fang snail, or 1 green veil snail. The detail of these figures are amazing. And then final, but not least, is the Bloodwood Goblin Hitman. eventually I'm going to run this into a campaign, and we're going to end up actually, so eventually the plan is to go touch these up to make them a little bit of our own personal design that comes with it. And then we're also going to end up actually running these in the campaign, and I was planning to give you a full review after we end up doing that. These guys could run anywhere from $40 to $50. And like I said, there's two different sets. This is the Minion one, which has the little minions that comes with it. Eventually covering a monster one, which is also going to be in the exact same price range. So to get the entire session, it would be about $100. Granted, there's a give and take in a couple other places that you can end up getting. For me, the value is very solid because you have a campaign that you can end up running, and then you also have the figures themselves, which are amazing detail and can be used in other campaigns that you end up running. What do you think of the set? If you're liking the content that we're putting out, like, subscribe, and hit that little bell icon to be notified about any of our future content. Until next time, have a great one.